everybody. Good evening. Rose Thorn here. Hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday. I know that a lot of you are watching the Super Bowl right now. I don't know who's winning, but whoever you are rooting for one team or the other, I hope your team is winning. I'm not much of a football fan. I've been spending my day just taking care of things around my house, doing some laundry, mopping floors, that sort of thing, in between reacting to Chantal, because I've got stuff I got to do over here as well. So might as well do it between reacts and just take a breather away from Chantal. I think that's a healthy approach to doing react videos to her. So today I am reacting to her live stream called Coffee Beeze. The live stream went on for 2 hours and 35 minutes. We're not going to cover every single minute. There's really no need to. We're going to jump around a lot. But let me go ahead and just bring up her live stream on camera. Here we go. There's Chantal. So she is going out for coffee, and she's talking again about Natter for the 1,009,050th time. She swore that the last time was the last time. She wasn't going to keep going on about him, but she keeps going on about him. One is to react to this, but before we get deep into this react, I want to bring up something that I think is important to talk about. So I would like to introduce you all to a channel called PIGGY. PIGGY is a sort of a new type reaction channel, highlight channel. PIGGY did this highlight reel of peetz. Peetz did a live stream where he was basically flipping out about questions about his depression and voting. And I wanted to play this, and I'll explain why in a minute.
It's absolutely fuck you. You just fuck right off. Out here doubting whether we're serious about having mental health issues? Fuck you.
I'm playing this for a reason, and it's not to make fun of Peetz and his depression, because depression is a very real thing. Not just for him, but for lots of other people. It's a very crippling, horrible thing for lots of people. A lot of people suffer from depression. It's no laughing matter. So no, I'm not playing this to make fun of Peetz. But I wanted to spotlight this for a minute because I want to bring something up to everybody's attention. I don't know if you guys remember when Peetz first moved in with Chantal, he was a lot different in demeanor. He was a lot happier. He had a job. He had his own money. He was taking care of himself. In the space of time that Peetz has been with Chantal, living in that house, his health, his mental health, his physical health has gotten increasingly worse. He's at the point now where he stays in his room all day. He sleeps sometimes 17 hours a day. He's not going to therapy anymore. He's not working. And he's having more of these outbursts. And it's very concerning because you have two people living in the same house. You've got Peetz and Chantal, that neither one of them are healthy in any capacity. And because they're not healthy, they're not taking care of themselves nor anything regarding the household, including the cats. You know, Peetz has been having more and more and more outbursts. He says he's not taking his medication anymore. I hope at some point he does take his medication and go back to therapy, because it's very apparent that he needs both of those things. On top of needing his therapy and his medication, he really needs to go out and get out of the house. It's just not healthy to be in that house all the time, especially with the household not being one that's peaceful and clean and it has good energy and it's relaxing. That household is toxic from top to bottom. You know, but this outburst that he's having, I mean, this is one of many that he's been having lately, and it's very concerning.
I mean, appointment with a therapist, not a medical doctor? Yeah. Yeah, and I should be going to a medical doctor as well. But to sit here doubting whether we're serious about whether we have depression? No. Fuck you, that's out of line.
I don't doubt that he has depression. I don't doubt that he suffers from it. But if he wants any kind of relief from his depression, he needs to seek out help somewhere. In some capacity, he needs help. he needs serious help. Because Peetz is striking me as the kind of person that he doesn't like confrontation. He suffers a lot of frustration and anger. He doesn't let it out. And that might lead perhaps to more depression. And what ends up happening with somebody like Peetz is that he bottles everything up into the point where he has to let it out. And he has these outbursts because he just bottles things up, bottles it, bottles it, bottles it until it comes out at somebody else. I feel that he's got a lot of anger towards Chantal, but he is afraid to vent it on her where it needs to go, so he vents it on everybody else. He's putting his anger on other things and other people rather than the person that caused it in the first place. So Peetz and Chantal living together, it's harmed them both in so many ways. Neither one of them have really benefited from living with each other. It just seems like anybody who lives with Chantal or gets near Chantal, their lives are basically ruined for a time until they get away. I mean, anybody that remembers the videos that Chantal did with Bibi, he looked completely miserable. And he didn't look happy until after he was gone from Chantal. But Peetz, if you ever hear about this video, sir, you need to get away from Chantal. You need to have a life of your own. You need to get out of that room. You need to seek professional help. You need to seek medical care, medication, therapy. You need all of that. Because obviously staying in your room and staying in that self-enclosed bubble, it's doing a lot of harm to you. You know, depression gets progressively worse if you don't seek help or some way to break through it. It doesn't get better by just sleeping all day or letting it bottle up. You need to find a way to let that go. You need to find a way to let that go. And for someone who has depression, Peetz, can I just offer this to you? If you have depression and if you've got a lot of repressed feelings and emotions and frustrations, YouTube is not going to help with that, sir. This is not a hug box. YouTube is a very abrasive place sometimes, and you got to know how to let it roll off your back. And if you can't handle that, all you're going to do is get more and more mad. If you want a successful channel on YouTube, you got to know how to navigate YouTube and how to talk to people. So again, I want to give full credit to Piggy. I'm going to leave a link for that video in the description for anybody who wants to go to that channel and subscribe, and I certainly recommend that. But going back over here to Chantal, before we get deep into her video, let's get into the comments section for anyone who doesn't want to stick around for the video, because I know that Chantal can sometimes trigger people. Some people just like the comments only. Didi's GMA says, the world where you paid for everything and then gave it to him. You are receiving everything you deserve. I've said it before. I believe Nader is her karma for all the people over the years that she's hurt. And perhaps Nader isn't just a person. Perhaps he's a life lesson or a collection of them that she needs to learn. Maybe by her encountering somebody that's exactly like her, she can kind of look in the mirror and develop a sense of self-awareness of how she is with other people. If there's anything in her that needs to wake up, maybe this is her moment to wake up and realize this is how I treat people. This selfish, narcissistic, always needing attention attitude that he's giving me, I've given to other people, and look how hurtful it is. You know, like that could be a grow up moment for her if she opens her eyes and sees it for that. But she's under the impression that she can just go around and pay for everything and just get everything she wants. And that's not how the world works. And that's certainly not how relationships work, or real love, or real care. Laura H says, Chantal, Didi looks like Donald Trump. Didi has a comb over like Donald Trump. Didi's shoulders are like this wide. Didi looks like a turtle. Didi must be trans because she's shaped like a box. He's over there with ST Didi. Also Chantal. I don't get Didi. Why is she laughing at me? Yeah, Chantal's over there throwing multiple insults at Didi. And Didi's not supposed to insult her back. Didi's not supposed to stick up for herself or retaliate in the same way. You know, once you open that door, once you say, I'm going to insult you, don't expect the other person to keep their mouth shut and not insult you back. As far as Didi being trans, that is a non-issue. Whether Didi is a biological woman or not, if she's trans or not, it doesn't matter. Because Didi is a person. Overall, she is a person. And obviously, Natter likes her company because he has her over there a lot. And he likes to spend time with her. And she doesn't have to pay thousands of dollars to hang out with Natter. If she's not paying all kinds of money to hang out with Natter, there must be a reason why. There must be a reason why. If Chantal has to pay thousands of dollars to hang out with Natter, maybe that's Natter's way of saying, I hate you so much. I dislike you so much that I'm making you pay because that's how much I dislike you. It takes a tremendous amount of money and goods and services for me to be able to tolerate you versus somebody I actually enjoy hanging out with. Hi says, I'm pretty sure some Starbucks can see the customers through a camera at the drive-thru. So when she looks at the chat, the cashier probably thinks it's weird. Yeah, I'm sure the cashiers are probably looking at her saying, who's she talking to? But of course, Chantal doesn't care. You know, she's beezing and she's live streaming and she's making money. So who cares what anybody thinks? Another one says, what happened? During her Starbucks run, she had a long buffer, started singing that he seems like he's good for you. BS, that always indicates she's on her way back and she was driving down the long road. Then everything changed. She drove home and was bitter towards him and mostly Didi, which makes no sense again. Well, if that's the case, if she was cheerful on the way to Starbucks and she had a good attitude and then something happened, her attitude changed. Perhaps it was because she called Natter and said, is Didi still there? Can I come over? And he said, no, you can't. And that's what changed her point of view. Something must have happened to make her flip like that. Maybe she was on the long road, went to Starbucks, thought she could drop by, and it just didn't pan out. So now she's all kinds of bitter again. The real Nico says, no one believes any living being would get within a foot of you unless they've gone to school for 15 years or are ethically obligated to. Anybody that gets near Chantal in any capacity gets hurt. That's a fact. And notice every single person in her real life has distanced themselves. Her family, former friends. She doesn't have anybody that really wants to hang out with her, except Peetz. And even then, Peetz isn't somebody that just lives somewhere else and comes around because he wants to. He lives in the house that Chantal pays for. She pays the bills, she pays the rent. So he's obligated to Chantal. He's not someone living a separate life, independent away from Chantal. He likes Chantal's company, I believe, because he's a lonely person. He likes hanging out with Chantal because he needs some human interaction once in a while. But it's still interaction that's toxic because look at all the things that have happened to Peetz since they first moved in. He had a job before. He didn't weigh as much. And that's not me like weight shaming Peetz. I'm just saying when they first started living together, he was a lot slimmer in body. He's gained some weight since being with Chantal. He was a different person. And now he's very bitter. He's very angry. He's lashing out. He sleeps all the time. He's not taking his medication. He's angry. Just not taking care of himself. You know, Peetz needs to get away from that situation as quickly as possible. Let's see, next comment. Country B says, it's always the weirdest looking people who make fun of everybody else. Hello? You seriously need to find some self-awareness. I think Chantal lacks self-awareness in spades. She doesn't have it. I don't know why she doesn't have it, but maybe she does have it and she just buried it, because if she had any kind of self-awareness, if she were self-aware of herself, of her surroundings, of the things she was doing, that would mean that self-awareness would connect to reality, and her reality is not very nice. Chantal has gone on record as saying she doesn't like reality. And why doesn't she like it? Because reality for her would suck if she had to wake up to it. If she took off the rose-colored filters on her phone, she would see that she's in very bad health, very bad. Her finances are in ruins. Her life is in ruins in every way. She would have a lot of work to do, and she knows it. So to keep from meeting up with reality and shaking reality's hand and saying, hi, how you doing? She continues to live her life with filters to escape from everything that is just waiting for her to take care of it. Let's see. Kim Adams says, why is she hung up on Didi? This obsessing if they have sex. Yes, they are. Get over it. She's ticked that she's not there and Didi is. The same woman who lied and hid off camera that kept lying she wasn't there. At least Didi doesn't have to hide. You can also see the change in her attitude when she drove by his house right before talking about marrying the weekend. Also, I think this phone thing was all planned. She said she was waiting on her new phone to be delivered. I'm guessing with a new number. So who cares if he said her old number is predictable? Huh, interesting layer there. I didn't know she ordered a new phone. So maybe it was planned. Oh, let's make some drama. For extra views and extra money, I'm getting a new phone. You can get on camera and expose this old number because it doesn't matter anyway because I'm getting a new phone. Huh, interesting. Very interesting. So Chantal drove by Natter's house. Maybe that's why she got bitter, because she was doing a drive-by and seeing if she can get over there, and obviously she couldn't, so she got mad about that. She got real mad. Okay, next comment. Lucille says, Chantal, you just don't understand. You don't see what they have off camera, the love he shows her. If you could only understand what ST, Didi, and Natter have when no one is looking, you would understand why she loves him so much. What you had with Natter didn't even come close to what ST, Didi, and Count Capula have. Nobody knows what Didi and Natter have off camera. We're not there. We don't know what happens when the camera's off. But one thing we do know is that Natter is much more relaxed around Didi. He's much happier. He's not so tense. He's actually engaging with Didi, and she is with him. So obviously he enjoys her company to some capacity versus Chantal, which he did not really enjoy her company at all. Oh, oops, sorry, I jumped up. Doggone it. Let's see. Let me get back to where I was. One moment, please. Laura McLean says she slipped and said she gave her slippers away, then tried to play it off. They can't keep their stories right. Huh? She gave her slippers away. They're over at Natter, so how could she give them away? I mean, they're used slippers. They're not brand new. How can you give them away? I don't understand. Let's see. Next comment. You know, I'm not going to spend too much time on the comments. I'm going to get directly to the video. So let's just get to that. If you happen to like this React video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Like I said, we're going to be jumping around a lot in this video because, you know, there's no sense in doing 2+ hours of this. So let's get to, shall we?
The gonorrhea thing, like, he's honestly going to say that I got this from going to Windsor. Like, he's really stupid. Anyways, I don't even know if I have anything. I have to get tested tomorrow, Sunday. Pays back and forth while I cook and snot rocket and fucking fart. I want to cook though. I'm fucking hungry for home cooked food. A disaster. Rat face is back.
Something I want to point out here really quick before we get deep into this. She says she's over Natter and she's not going back. Yet she keeps talking about him. And during the Starbucks trip, I guess she drove by his house. So how are you getting over somebody if you're actively driving by their house, you're basically just peeking in on them. You get over somebody by staying away from them, not like doing a drive-by.
Yes, Jen, I know. I'd probably be better off not to talk about Marvel. I know. Hi, Brooke. Spitting food all the yeah. Hannah Loverly, yes. Is it Youre on your channel? There's a thing of them spitting out the food. I don't get Didi. I don't, bloody. Like, I don't understand why the fuck she's like, what? And laughing about, like, did you see the part where, like, he's, like, stepping into the, you know, those purple pants? He fits both his scrawny, look, of course you're gonna fit your whole body plus Didi in my clothes. You take up a fucking millimeter of space. You fucking idiot. Anyway.
And you know, it doesn't make sense for her to throw insults at Natter. Not when the past several months she was obsessed with Natter. She said it herself. She said, I am addicted to him. So she's trying to throw shade at him for being, what, skinny? Chantal, you were obsessed with that skinny man. And you were bragging about him. Oh, he's got an athletic body. He's got six-pack abs. You were so proud to be with him. And you spent thousands of dollars on this man. So how can you throw shade at somebody that you were addicted to and you're still addicted to? During this trip, you'd go drive by his house. So, you know, you throwing insults at Natter and even Didi, you just can't do it because you still will not leave this man alone.
He's basically just like, what if he hear on other reaction channels? He thinks he's going to become a big foodie beauty reaction channel now. Don't worry, I can play that game too, Natter. He's chosen war. You've chosen war. And I have Beezers as my, what do you call them? Soldiers.
Oh, so what are you saying here, Chantal? That you're going to use your own audience to harass him, to threaten him in some way? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Rather than be an adult and handle this offline, privately, as you should. Because that's what grown-ups do. That's what people who are in relationships do. They handle things offline. They do it privately through phone calls, emails, meetings with each other over coffee. You'd rather take it to the streets, so to speak. Bring it online in front of strangers and treat your audience as soldiers to, I guess what, go into his chat or do something to him. Not a very grown-up thing to do.
Who's going to say bond because of chess? As my soldiers. Have peetz read chats like Didi. Yes!
You know, instead of treating your audience as soldiers, how about you suit yourself up and go fight your own war? How about that? How about you handle your business and don't let other people handle your business? Stop using strangers to fight your wars for you.
Yeah, oh my god, Lime Jello, you're fucking genius. Doing live streams. Don't stoop to his level? I'm gonna be above his level, don't worry.
No, you're not.
Although, I will admit, some of it was funny. Even though I probably shouldn't have. Really? He's not peetz. Yes, peetz. I'm like, when they go low, we go high. Yes.
Astrid Bluebell Poem says, please, no more peetz on channel. You know, that's really sad because I remember a time when the VIPzers, they love seeing peetz. They love seeing him on camera. They say, where is peetz? How's peetz doing? It's so sad to see the attitude has changed now. that people are actually saying no more peetz on her channel. Could it be because of his attitude change? Could it be because he's raging now? I don't know. I don't know what changed the tide around. But again, that peetz, from what I just showed you in the clip, there's been a definite shift in his attitude and in his demeanor. He used to be much more calm. Now he's much more angry, much more bitter. He's doing a lot more of the outbursts. Peetz, you need therapy, sir. You need to do something about your depression. You need your medication. Please don't go without it. I would hate for things to get worse for you. You know, I don't like Peetz as a person, the things he said, the things he has been saying, but on a human level, he needs to do something about his depression, because sitting in that room and not taking his medication, no therapy, it is seriously affecting him. And if he wants any kind of time on YouTube, any kind of success, he's got to take care of himself first. Because as I said, YouTube is not a hug box. You come on YouTube and you make a channel, you better have a thick skin, because you're going to get bombarded with hate from different places, different people for different reasons. You can't come on YouTube and expect good comments all the time. It just doesn't happen.
Still think he loves me? Yeah, I do.
And what makes you wait? What makes you think that? What makes you think that he loves you? Because I haven't seen anything that points to love. If anything, all I keep seeing from him is he's doing everything in his power to show you that he doesn't like you, that he's not into you. He made fun of you last night, showing off your clothing, dressing up in your clothing, making fun of you. He has another person over at his house, which is kind of a silent message of, I'm not into you, I'm into this person. I don't like your company, I like hers. But on top of the company, he was basically making fun of you. So where are you getting that he still loves you? He never loved you. He loves your money, Chantal.
You know it, and you're a loser, just admit it. And you're never going to see me again. Okay. What else can I do for this parody? Okay. So I have beef taken out. Peetz will choose because of like, I know it sounds really stupid. Like, how can I trigger this super angry at me guy? Whatever.
You know, I'm going to say something and you guys give me your opinion and your feeling. I think Chantal takes great delight in poking the bear. She knows that Natter has been in trouble with the law. He's on probation. And she knows because he's been in trouble with the law, he's not going to hurt her. Natter is smart enough that he's not going to hurt Chantal. She comes on camera and she claims that she's scared of him. You know, she came on to like the last live stream that I covered and she was worried about her safety. But yet she keeps poking the bear because she knows that Natter's not going to do anything. Natter does not want any more trouble with the law. He doesn't want that smoke. He's already got enough with being on probation and he's trying to toe the line that way and stay out of trouble. So I think in a way Chantal is taking advantage of that. She knows she's dealing with a volatile person, but it's a volatile person with a past that he's still dealing with. And so she knows she can poke the bear and the bear can only do so much. Natter doesn't want any more smoke than what he's got. So he's not going to lay a hand on Chantal, but she just likes provoking him.
How are you not that? Honestly, I think I'm too numb right now. I know Sarah. He's not capable of loving anyone. He made fun of the arm wiggle, I know. When I first got with him, when I first started the VIVs, he used to do that. You guys remember, like, I think it was the video where I, like, had the sugar cane and everything? I remember being so awkward trying to, like, go live at his house, and I know you guys, like, hated him. I don't have to worry about that anymore. No reaction is a powerful one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. If she wanted to get under Natter's skin, the number one way she could do it is silence. Silence by ignoring him. Anything he says, anything he does, ignore it. Complete, total silence. Radio silence. That would make him wonder, what is she thinking? What is she doing? Does she still care? Can I still talk to her? Take your power back, Chantal. Take it all back by giving silence. Giving off the boss bitch attitude of, I don't care. I don't care. I've got things to do in my life. I don't care what's going on over there. It doesn't matter anymore. But the more you keep playing into this, and the more you keep reacting to him, and the more you keep talking about him, and the more you keep driving by his house and crying over him, the more power you're giving to him. You want to be a true boss bitch? Take back your power. Take it all back by not giving it to him on a daily basis.
I guess I'll just have a bit of fun. My body doesn't know how to act when I'm not high. Actually, I'm okay. I do really want a coffee though. I've had the same song in my head forever. So anyways, he puts his whole body in, and Didi's like, wow, you can fit your whole body? Oh, that's insane. Like, bitch, don't pretend like you don't wear a fucking 3X. Seriously? Seriously. Oh my good God. Amanda Lynn, how can I become a member? I don't see a button. Amanda Lynn, if you're...
Jamie Carpenter says you're only helping his channel by giving him content. That's actually true. Because I'm sure with Chantal not being over there, his views have gone down, his super chats have gone down. I've heard that his views are not what they normally are. His super chats aren't what they normally are. So the more she feeds into him, the more content she's giving him, and the more people are paying attention to him.
If you're doing it from Safari, you need to do it. I mean, if you're doing it from Apple, you need to use Safari. The link in the description should work. 90% of his subscribers are my haters. Yeah, and he has the nerve to be like, look at your members hate you. Yeah, I have a few assholes, but so, like, all of your members hate me too. Yeah. She's been eyeing your clothes since you got there. Yeah, actually, just give Didi all my clothes. There you go. Since you're fucking her anyway, I'm sure it will remind you. You're clearly obsessed, talking about me for like hours.
Ma'am, you've been talking about him for days. You won't shut up talking about Natter. And every single time you talk about him, you're like, this is going to be the last time. I just need to get him out of my system. And yet, here we are, once again, talking about Natter. So if he's obsessed, talking about you all the time, you're obsessed as well. You're both obsessed. You both just won't turn away from one another.
And what is this bullshit? Like, his number, it's his number, so he doxed my number. What? I don't even understand this. I don't even understand the explanation. You doxed my number because it's your number attached to your number. He's trying to say my number. Does anyone understand that? Hi, Joe Mama. Thanks, Sam and Amber. I want a pistachio latte so bad. Keep hoping him and he'll keep reacting until he does something that'll put him in jail. He needs to learn to control his fucking act.
Oh, so she just said it. She just said it. Is that what she wants? She wants to keep provoking him until he goes to jail? So this is what I was talking about. Natter's already in trouble with the law. He's on probation. So is she taking advantage of that? The fact that he's been in trouble, and because of that, if something did go down, if something did happen, it would be kind of in her favor because he's already got a record. Did she just admit, though, she is actively provoking him because, what, she wants to go back to jail? You know, here's the twisted and sad thing. If something did happen to Natter, to the point where he was in jail, she would actually be happy about it. Not because he hurt her and he deserves to be there, but because she would be of the mind of, well, he's in jail, I know where he's at, and he's not around other women. That would be her way of thinking. Like, he's all by himself, there's no other women around. That would actually make her very, very happy.
He's not gonna get away with making fun of me after everything I fucking did for him. He said it used to be his phone number. It's full of shit. He even said in the thing.
You know, that's the scary thing about Chantal. She's such a narcissist. She's so full of herself. And she's so all about controlling other people. That she is that kind of a person that if she does something for you, and especially if she does a lot of things for you, she feels that she owns you. And once she's got that mindset of, I own him now, she's not going to let you go. She's never going to let Natter go. And if he tries to wiggle away and get away from her, she's going to snap.
You want to turn my phone on? Change, like, he did it as a revenge thing. He's not used to people telling him no. He's not used to people talking back to him. You notice
you know, that sounds like you. You're not used to hearing the word no. You're not used to people talking back to you. This is like a life lesson for you. Natter might be a life lesson for you that there are people in the world you can't control, Chantal. There are situations and people where you'll hear the word no and you just have to accept it and move on and realize that whatever it is you want, it's not for you. You know, you admitted yourself growing up, you were spoiled as a child, very, very spoiled. And that attitude, that outlook has carried into your adulthood. And for the first time, you're hearing the word no from somebody and you just don't know how to deal.
He literally never fucking disagrees with a single thing he says. Well, you met your match with Hal. Or so the best revenge is pretending he did not exist. It's not as fun as roasting him. If he will become extinct and you will still be breaking in the money. Yes. Repeat, Marissa. I love Marissa. But you're so right. Amanda Lynn, I think Didi is obsessed with you, not him. I don't know. She does talk about me. Yeah, Didi, because fuck. Like, what the,
you talk about
what
her.
What is your situation? Like, what is the deal?
You talk about her.
And he said, he probably tells her, don't say anything to anybody. Don't give details about your life. That's what they want. Like, to make them squirm. Like, I know it. Ugh, I know him. I know him. I know him better than everybody. So I see what he's doing. And I feel like I'm the only person who sees it. Page. Didi doesn't care about Natter. She likes to destroy himself and act like a clown. She really just sits there like a wet blanket.
Like you used to.
Trouble.
You
Didi doesn't cause him trouble. She just goes along with whatever he wants. You have a mind of your own. And don't like being controlled. Exactly.
Right. There it is. I've said this before in another react. And I know this from experience because I've been in relationships with people who were vain, who were narcissists. And let me just tell you, you can't have two narcs in the same relationship. It just doesn't work. There's only room for one at a time. A narcissist, they want all of the attention all the time. They want the spotlight all the time. They don't like sharing the spotlight. They want to be the one in the lead, on stage, getting the accolades. And whoever the partner is, they have to step back and let them have it. And that creates a sense of harmony if you're with somebody like that. But two narcissists, especially two people who have egos the size of Natter and Chantal, they're going to butt heads. They're going to disagree. They're going to fight. They're going to argue. They're not going to see eye to eye. You know, her trying to be with Natter, it's like trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. It just doesn't work. She's trying to fit her puzzle piece to his puzzle piece, and no matter what she does, it just isn't working.
So somebody like me and somebody like him are perfect match in hell. But we have really good sex. So
apparently not good enough because he's having sex with somebody else, girlfriend. If you guys were having fabulous, fabulous sex, grade A, top steak sex, like you claim, if you were the one female that just rocked his world, why in the world doesn't he have you over there? Why is he with Didi? Apparently you did not rock his world that hard because he's going after somebody else and that person is not you.
I guess that's the powerful thing, like our fucking sexual instincts are making them. I really don't understand my own brain. She's the strangest person. I know I used to sit there too, but
Yep, you sure did.
she doesn't.
And I noticed a change in her behavior in the time that she was with Natter. In the very beginning, when she was around him, she did what she said a while ago that she did with her relationships. She said when she meets a guy she likes, she puts on a more improved version of herself. She behaves herself. But then after a while, when she figures, well, we're deep enough into this, I can show who I really am because he's in love with me now and he won't get away. She starts to bring out who she really is. So when she was with Natter in the beginning, she put on a more improved version of herself. She behaved herself. And then after a while, she started revealing who she really was. I remember one night when they were sitting together, she looked at him and said, you know, if you're going to be with me, you're just going to have to understand that I eat all the time and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, like her arrogance started showing through, her ego started showing through, everything started showing through. And the more that started happening, the more they started having arguments.
He probably begged her to stay because he doesn't like to be alone. He would not want to go through any of this by himself. I know it. And all you have to do is be fucking nice to me and not treat me like a fucking dog. Or a buffalo. Buffalo eats seeds. You're saying you're welcome for eating shiramoya. Yeah.
You know what, Chantal, as far as nice, let's talk about that for a minute. You can be nice to anybody. You can be nice to the person at the grocery store that checks out your groceries. You can be nice to the mailman. If you're in a relationship with somebody, you have to go beyond nice. There has to be more than just nice. There has to be actual passion and feelings and connection, and it has to go much deeper than that. So if that's all you were asking of Natter is, you have to be nice to me, he was nice to you a lot. Obviously he was, because you kept going back and paying him for more of his time. You are operating on different levels that make no sense. One level, you want him to be deeply in love with you. You want him to claim you in a relationship, and then you flip over and say, all he has to do is be nice to me. You know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like you want a relationship, but since you can't get a relationship out of Natter, you're willing to settle for as little as possible just to have him there. You're willing to settle for nice. And nice is not good enough. Nice you can give to anybody, anywhere, strangers, friends, whatever. But if you're a person and you're settling for nice, you're never going to be happy, because on a deeper level, you want more than that.
You did introduce me to Shiramoya, but guess what? I learned a lot of tricks and tips from your cooking that I will use myself. Thank you very much. She's single white female. She said she watched me for like 2 years or something. And when I got there the first time she ever visited, and when I went upstairs in the bedroom, I was giving him shit for her being there. Like, why's her bag on her chair? And then, like, he came up, like, he, like, kind of, like, cornered me against the wall and was, like, trying to kiss me.
Oh, jeez.
And then he was like, I was like, why?
I seriously doubt that happened. That he was just putting Chantal up against the wall and trying to kiss her. That sounds like straight out of the movie 50 Shades of Grey, because there was a scene where Christian Grey was kissing Anastasia in the elevator. So she took that directly out of a movie. I seriously doubt that he put Chantal up against the wall and tried to kiss her, because remember that live stream that they did where somebody paid Natter to kiss Chantal? He didn't kiss her on the lips, he kissed her on the cheek. And as soon as he was done, he wiped his lips like he had just kissed the most awful thing. So I seriously doubt that he kissed Chantal that way.
What was the point? Oh yeah. And then he's like, oh, she's leaving. I think she was just waiting for you to come. She wants to see you. She's one of your fans too. She wants to come see you. But the thing is like every single thing that comes out of his mouth is a fucking lie. I cannot believe a single word he says. Like, it's so fucking fucked up how I feel. How I just felt constantly drained all the time because I can't believe a word he says.
I'm sure he felt the same way about you. That every single time you came over to spend time, he was like, oh God, here we go again. She better bring the alcohol. She better bring the tequila. She better bring the green, because that's the only way I can deal with this woman. Notice they never spent any time together sober. That's another bad sign. If you're around somebody and you're in love and you can't spend time around each other sober, you have to be messed up, then obviously the two of you don't like each other very much.
His internet. In the end, all couples have left their friendship. When the good looks go away, all you got left is the laughter and friendship. Well, maybe that's what he loves about Didi, so good for them. I'm not going to laugh and be happy with you. We've had a lot of that. But, and you're trying to control me like that. Fuck that shit. You want things to be your way all the time. Your way, your way. And if it's not your way, you can say it yourself. My way. Fuck up relationship, my way. Nothing can ever be my way. Nothing, ever. Like, I always have to see me. I always have to ask him for things. Maybe I can moisture? No. Maybe I can. No. Maybe I can. I'm not a fucking child. Like, no, I fucking hate myself like this. I'm getting coffee while I drive. He's a controller. It would never work. It would never. He can't control me. And it would. Exactly. It would drive him literally insane. It does drive him insane. It drives him insane. He can't control me. And then you get pleasure out of me being harassed by multiple people in the middle of the night, don't you? Yeah. Oh, stop answering my people. That was my fucking phone number. Like, he'll lie so bad. Like, he literally.
What's going on with the phone?
You're mad at me. I really don't know in what universe he doesn't expect me to be mad at him after everything. Because I told you. Didi comes over, I'm never talking to her again. Oh, I have Beeze. I forgot about Beeze. Oh. Pictures that you keep. Does he know the reason? Wentworth has a new season out. Ozark has a new season out. There's so many things I have to watch. Yeah.
Okay, I want to address this comment. The OG Stabby You says last night was foreplay. And the reason why I want to address that comment is because you guys know I did a video where I was illuminating everybody to the fact that what's going on with Natter and Chantal, it may be different than most people think. A lot of people don't understand Chantal, why she acts the way that she acts. You know, why is she so gross? Why does she do gross things? The burping, the farting, wearing the dirty clothes, and just being completely offensive in every way. And why does she keep going back over to Natter? I made a video illuminating to everybody that Chantal, she's got a humiliation fetish, she's got a degradation fetish, and Natter might be somebody that fulfills her fetishes for her. They might have a sort of sadist, masochistic relationship with each other with elements of financial domination. And all this stuff that we see between them, the going back and forth, her going off on him going off on her. This might be a sort of demented, twisted foreplay between them carried out in public for the sake of humiliation, for the sake of her fulfilling her fetish, so to speak, and maybe setting things in play to when she does meet up with him, they can go further with it. That might be going on. We don't know. Again, I'm just speculating over here. For anybody out there who might be wondering, why does Chantal act the way that she acts? If you take in consideration that there might be a darker level, if she does indeed have this humiliation, degradation fetish, and if Natter is somebody that helps her fulfill that part of herself, and there's financial domination involved, which there certainly is because she buys him things and she really doesn't get much in return except to be insulted, it really explains a lot of things that people are wondering about.
So anyways, I'm gonna do this little parody. I'm not gonna like make it like wait.
And although I don't know exactly where Chantal is at, like, I mean, I don't know her town or anything, but it looks like she's on the long road. And why would she take the long road if she's not going to go by Natter's? Obviously, she's not in town anywhere. I see a bunch of trees and stuff in the background, like she's far away from home. So what are you doing driving past Natter's, Chantal, if you're so over him? What are you hoping to achieve? Why are you driving by his house if you're so over him?
It's all this order shit I do when I come home and fucking like, yeah. Oh boy. Let's have a relationship funeral. Yeah. Let's do that. I'm just like, uh-oh.
Oh, she's at home.
So I'm gonna get more stuff. I'm just waiting to do the garbage bag because she's scared of them. Hello, finders. Oh, hi, Sandra. Happy Valentine's. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Today, I make...
Mama Hinda says, why can't you just leave him alone and move on? Because there's nothing else in her life that she can focus on except matter. That's the simple answer.
butter chicken. My way. Let's do this. Oh, I want to. Yeah, I'll just make it funny. Not me. It's the time. But okay. Weirdly, he's conservative when it comes to like, he seems like, oh, like I want my girlfriend to not be like displayed, like he wouldn't want his girlfriend to be like a sex worker, but like
What?
the way he is. I mean, is he like for real? You know why that's a joke, right? Come on. I mean, really.
Oops.
All over as if she's small. Like, the illusion is real. That's fly. I mean, she might have just been laughing at his impression because, like, it was kind of funny. Have your moment. Lovely. I gave Peetz my pink drink. He knows I ate from it. Alright, I'm gonna make curry beef.
Oops. Let me just back up a bit.
Hi guys. I call my life the life. I'm kidding. So pretty. What? He's so cute. He is really cute. So I have all this stuff ready for us to go here. I'll cut a potato a bit later. Why are you so obsessed with me? Hi, Audrey. I did brush my teeth and I did shower today, but I didn't use my eye makeup wipes, so there's some residue. Just in case you're wondering, like, is this girl dirty? And every time I wear lip gloss, I always get some on my teeth. Smoke one. I should wash my floor. Once I have my floor done, then I'll be super free. The babaka noodles, I'll show you when I make it. I put tahini.
You know what, guys? This react is just about done anyway, and we're at an hour. So I'm going to cut it off here and see what else Chantal has done for the day. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have a pleasant evening. Please take care, and don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks for watching again, and